What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Cook-In. This is live cooking at the crib. My name is Ryan Royster.
Byron Hughes. Sorry, it's opening a beverage.
We are the co-founders of Last Supper Society. Treat every meal like it's your last. It's Friday. Thank you guys for joining us. We have an amazing episode in the tuck for you guys. Two people that are near and dear to my heart are going to be sharing with you guys. We are making tacos, handmade tortillas with love today. But before we do that, it's Friday. So we got to celebrate properly. And we got my man Dylan from First Edition, senior bar manager at First Edition, here with the sip. Dylan, let's get this night started. What's up?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me. My name is Dylan Mena. I'm a bartender over at First Edition in Oakland, California. Today we're going to be showcasing one of our ingredients from our latest cocktail box as part of our new project, First Edition Home Club, that we've been doing since the shelter-in-place has started. First Edition Home Club is sort of how we're taking this high-volume craft cocktail bar experience and bringing it home, like this cook-in, but in this case, having a craft cocktail bar at home, as opposed to, pouring some overly generous, maybe 4-ounce pours on some of our Netflix binge days. So the service includes, our monthly cocktail boxes that are themed. Tomorrow we're going to be rolling out our August-themed cocktail box called Rugged Road Trip. So it's a lot of earthier ingredients, the base spirits of mezcal and rye. The ingredient we wanted to showcase for you guys today is our plantain syrup to make a take on a Oaxacan old-fashioned. An old-fashioned is obviously the original cocktail, hence the name. It was made around the 1800s, just called cocktail, and as bartenders started getting more creative, a lot of old-school, hardened men of the frontier would be like, no, I don't want, your typical fruity latest cocktail, just give me a good old-fashioned cocktail. You'll see, like, a lot of bartenders and a lot of, hardened bar guests have an old-fashioned at a new bar, and they'll seem a little disappointed with it, despite it being such a simple cocktail, being whiskey, bitters, sweeter than orange peel. The key to making a solid old-fashioned is having the right amount of spirit forward, the right amount of body, the right amount of texture. When making a Oaxacan old-fashioned, which is tequila-based instead today, like we're doing, it's a lot easier to get some solid texture to make this sipping cocktail even more of a sipper. So you're going to grab this cocktail bag, open it up. You have a couple of little miniatures of your Casamigos Reposado. You have a nice little recipe card to give you a step-by-step, nice little write-up as well. You have the garnish, which is some sweetened plantains. You'll have our house-made plantain syrup, and you'll have a bit of chocolate bitters. That. Now, in a craft cocktail bar, you'll see a stirred cocktail be made in one of these. It's more of like a mixing glass. But since First Edition is a high-volume craft cocktail bar, we have to sort of pick up the pace and shorten the process. And it's key for something like a home bar. Typically, you'll have, stirring rods like this in a craft cocktail bar. But if you're at home, you can use a chopstick. You can use a straw like I'm going to do right now. So super simple, a trick of the trade that we're going to be transferring to the home bar for a quick old-fashioned. You're going to grab the Casamigos Reposado miniature. That's 2 ounces. You're going to pour it directly into the glass with ice. You're going to need something to measure out the syrup. This little syrup case is for 2 cocktails, as this cocktail kit is for 2. You're going to pour a 1/2 ounce of plantain syrup directly into the glass. You're going to take the bitters dropper of chocolate bitters, as opposed to your typical Angostura bitters, to pair a bit better with a tequila. You're going to give it 2 little dashes there. And typically when stirring cocktails, like I said, in this, typical stirring glass, it'll take about 20 seconds to get the ingredients to dilute. But since you're doing it just in the glass for speed, or in your case, to drink as quickly as possible on a Friday night at home, you're just going to stir it in the glass for 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, this is gonna get me drunk.
And to garnish this guy, you're going to grab one of the sugar plantain skewers right out of a little bag. You're going to place it on the cocktail like so. Now we're gonna have it in the nose. Now for properly tasting a cocktail, super simple what you do. Give it a good smell. It's gonna take about 2 sips for you to really start enjoying this. 1 to coat the palate, and then 1 to start actually drinking.
First sip. Okay. I enjoyed the first sip, but let me double down.
I'm going a little heavy on the plantain syrup.
A lot of texture. It's very spirit forward. A little bit of sweetness, not too much to throw it out. You do a nice balance of solid Oaxacan Old Fashioned, plantain syrup, or Sonoran Old Fashioned. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Cheers,
you.
man.
you.
Have a good one.
Everybody, I hope you followed along with that and you got your Sonoran Old Fashioned in hand. We're gonna take a quick. Let's do one more sip. Let's cheers right here for a good show.
Yes, sir. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers, you guys.
This is literally straight tequila, by the way. So
we messed up and weren't following along perfectly. But mine is pretty fire, actually. Mine's pretty fire. Now, for our pinkies up portion, we're gonna talk about this wine. So we're gonna get our pinkies up and we're gonna introduce our friend, you guys know him, from Good Bottle, Chris Sinclair. What's up, Chris?
What is up, Sacramento? It's Friday.
Hey.
You know what they say? We got beef, eat a pork chop. Hey! All right, we got to be pinkies up, though, man. All right. Here's the deal. Y'all came in. I had more options for you today. Sorry, but I got really excited. We're talking about fish tacos. So first one's first, the Chenin Blanc. And already, I'm going to say I apologize if we weren't as excited about the Chenin Blanc. The Chenin Blanc is delicious. This is a solid wine. I mean, Chenin Blanc coming from South Africa, this is where this grape shines. It's where it's king. You should drink this. More people should be drinking this. So I apologize if we weren't as excited on the floor about the Chenin Blanc because this stuff is delicious. I consumed at least a case of this in the last month, so I'm not sorry. Anyway, but we were excited because we were giving you some really crazy wines to drink tonight. This one was the Pet Nat, dry hopped from Field Recordings. This stuff is incredible. This stuff is messes with your mind, man. It, like, just gets in there and makes you confused about life and the choices that you've made. It's a beer, it's a wine, it's a cider, who knows, but it's delicious, and that's all that really matters. I hope more people get as excited about this wine as I do. Yeah, I mean, I like taking the pretension out of wine. I don't know if you can tell that because my collar's popped and I'm wearing a bright blue shirt. And I make jokes for these guys so that way they can laugh at me later and talk shit to me. And that's fine. Our next
In your
one.
defense, Chris, my collar was popped earlier today, too.
Oh, I know. That's why I popped my collar. Our next one is the Shecan from McBride Sisters. I love McBride Sisters. Black-owned wine company out of Slow. What's not to love? Their marketing is on point. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm not a huge fan of flavored anything. You give me flavored whiskey, I'm going to probably want to smack you. You give me flavored vodka, same way. It really has to be something special, and there has to be a reason for it. The hops on this guy play with the acid that just creates something really special. The berries in this dry rosé is great. Also, can we talk about wine in a can? Wine comes out of boxes, comes out of bags now, comes off of draft now. Don't be scared of wine in a can. This stuff is great. Also, it's berry rosé, which is just incredible. So, cheers. I hope you guys enjoyed dinner. I'm going to enjoy mine. Have a great night, guys. Happy Friday.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers.
Also, this is half a can of wine, half a bottle of wine, so just be careful.
Whoa. Be easy. Be easy on a Friday, you guys.
This is literally almost already empty.
Well, there you go. It's going to be a fun show. Thank you, Chris. Everybody, this is going to be an amazing episode. Cheers to you guys for tapping in with us. You know, when you support Last Supper Society and the cooking, you are also supporting the community. Our partner organization this week is Be Imaginative out of Oakland. We will talk more about Be Imaginative with our guests. And right now, everybody, it's my pleasure to introduce my loved ones. These are people that are near and dear to my heart. This is family, people who I've known my entire life and loved my entire life. They have so many gifts that they can share with you, and they have shared with me throughout my life. And I'm so excited. And it is my pleasure to introduce Karega and Felicia, Fee and Riga, as I call them. But what's up, you guys? How you guys doing?
Good.
Fam, what's good, man?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Hey. Good.
Hey.
Feeling good? You guys are looking good?
Thank you.
Thank you. This is my first time having guests in my kitchen in a while, so shout out to y'all for being such great hosts.
Absolutely. Thank you for welcoming us into your kitchen and welcome the community into your kitchen. We got about 200 people tapped in right now that are all up in your business right now, all up in your kitchen. We're used to them in our kitchen, so welcome in everybody. But I know you guys, I've known you guys forever. I'm eager for everyone else to get to know you as well. So how about you guys introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into just chopping it up in some dialogue.
Okay. Well, that's Karega,
And that's Felicia.
and we are married now.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. Yeah, thank you for having us, Ryan. We are angel parents. We are members of the group Soul Development. We are teachers, educators. We serve our community.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I have to just put it out there. I'm slightly nervous. I can't deny it.
Oh, it's all
I
good.
got y'all in my
We'll
kitchen.
get you through it. Well, let's first, before we get into kind of a little more background in your story, tell us a little bit about Be Imaginative, what that organization is, what it's all about, and your guys' role also, and how you guys serve the community.
Yeah, totally. So Be Imaginative is a collective of artists, practitioners, musicians of all sorts, and we come together to create healing spaces for mothers who've lost children to gun violence. So we thought about using the modality of art to extend the message further. Like, in context, culinary arts is one of the things that brings people together. So through food,
Absolutely.
we're able to learn more about Felicia and I, our journey as angel parents to Kamayu, our work in community. So this was just through culinary art. So we thought, what if we include visual artists, musicians, strategic artists, social architects? What if we brought us all together in a space and made our emphasis telling the stories of Black mothers who've lost children to gun violence? And we realized that these stories deserve to be celebrated, humanized, and the mothers are such a huge asset to any community they're in. So we thought we'd use our voice to tell you more about the mothers. So that's the work we do in Be Imaginative. Our work at Soul Development, we're the musicians curated for the space. I'm also the facilitator of the space. I've experienced losing a brother to gun violence. My mother contributes to the space as she's a mother who's experienced it. So we just really like show up in our full selves through the art of music and visual arts, much like culinary arts.
That's beautiful. Thank you guys so much for what you guys are doing, and we are honored and blessed to have the opportunity to support this week. And thank you guys, everybody who tapped in and supported, because you guys supported this amazing cause as well. Something that you guys said that I know a lot about from knowing and loving you guys, but I'm sure some other people have some questions, and we shared some information with you guys throughout the week, kind of the story, Fee and Karega's story, but tell us a little bit about this term that not everybody may understand or be familiar with, but angel parents and your connection with that phrase.
So the term, the phrase, angel parents is to recognize the birth of our daughter, our firstborn, September 30th, 2019. Karega and I had a wonderful, beautiful pregnancy, carried full term, actually 41 weeks to the day, and experienced the double transition of our daughter, birth and transition out of this world. And right now we are understanding our identity as parents in a different way that I think society may not be used to exploring or understanding, and that's just really limited to my perception, because honestly I hadn't even heard of it until I had this experience, and I actually really considered the name empowering. But yeah, we pretty much are using our story to create reference for other folks who may experience the loss of their child, neonatal loss specifically. And yeah, just wanting to create a reference for those who have perhaps experienced the loss or maybe will experience the loss.
I also want to add really quickly, Fee. Good job. I just want to shout out the cook-in, man, for you all making room for this conversation. I think it also humanizes an experience that maybe perhaps some of the viewers may have had. But beyond the spectrum of child loss, we're really using our experience with loss to really create spaces and context for people to understand grief. So what we're seeing, just even through Shelter in Place and the uprising concerning what is just for Black lives, we're seeing and experiencing the world is really grieving, but doesn't yet have language to understand grief because it isn't a common conversation. So how beautiful is it of you all to create a space like cooking, like family, like bonding, like kitchen, to bring in the story of my lovely wife, Felicia. I'm Karega, and our wonderful angel daughter, Kamayu. So I just want to shout you out for being courageous in this way and building a bridge between culinary experience and storytelling.
Cool. That is beautiful, and you guys have been so transparent in sharing your story. And what is connected with me most is just you guys taking the time to grieve first, and then to understand the connection between grief and love, and not only having the most genuine love for your daughter because you guys truly are parents, but also allowing this to strengthen your love as husband and wife. And that has been inspirational for me. And I thank you guys for stepping out in front and sharing your story with us, sharing your story with the world. It has been truly a tour de force and a tour of love to see you guys. And I truly thank you. I truly do thank you. This episode and the food, this was thought out by Byron and our culinary team as something that we're making fish tacos with love, and we're making these handmade tortillas, and we're transferring. I'll let him talk about it more, but I think it pairs so well with your story, and although there's grief, there's so much love involved in your story, and we're just gonna celebrate. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna spread some love. So as per usual, I'm gonna get out of the way and get out of the kitchen. I'm gonna let Byron and our guest chefs get popping here. You guys can find me in the comments. Holla at me. This is the cook-in. Fish, tacos, and abuelita rice with Fee and Riga.
Peace. What up, y'all? Karega, Felicia, let's get this thing going. So happy to have you guys here.
Cheers.
These are not both mine, I swear, you guys. I've got about 3 different beverages I'm working on right now, so we're just gonna finish them over the course of like the next hour. So it doesn't get too crazy in here. Welcome to the Cooking Guys, Season 2, Episode 7. Special guests, Karega and Felicia Bailey. Super dope. Partners, couple, husband and wife. Glad to have them here. As many of you know, if you're following along at home, we are making fish tacos. And rice, of course, but the fish tacos is gonna be the focus here today. 30 of you picked up tortilla presses from us. We're calling these little non-Apple AirPods Fallout Boys because they just keep falling out. So if you guys see me fixing my thing, that's what's going on. But 30 of you guys purchased these with us. This is a tortilla press. We also included with this some fresh masa. Very special stuff. This is the dough that makes corn tortillas. We got this from La Esperanza on Franklin. Shout out to the homies over there. They really plugged it, and I'm super excited to teach you guys how to make tacos with this and with that. If you did not order a tortilla press, you got tortillas that are already cooked, already made. They just need to be warmed in your pan. Same way that we're going to cook them, you could warm them the same way. They come from the exact same masa, from the exact same hands the masa that we're going to be using to hand make them today. So rest assured, you have the same product. Here, I'm just gonna look in here. I'll wash my hands after this. So I take it in the garbage. My instructions got hit with a little bit of that rice bran oil, so I'm gonna be going off my iPad, guys. Please don't mind me looking over here. Let's see if I can make this happen. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta wash my hands. Thank you, Matt. Do we got some soap, Mr. Royster? We are at Ryan Royster's house. All right, here we go. Let's go. I'm just gonna wash my hands here, guys. As usual, we are going to go through the inventory of what we got in our supper kits. It's important to know what we're working with and where the ingredients came from. So we'll get into that now. Number 1, the masa or the tortillas. Kind of already talked about it. This stuff came from La Esperanza on Franklin. Very simple recipe, corn flour, ground corn. The corn has been nixtamalized, which means it has been brought to a certain alkalinity, I guess you could say, and then ground and turned into masa. That's it. The tortillas, if you guys got tortillas, they're made from the same stuff. Number 2, the fish. Okay, so I left off on the instructions where it's from because we weren't going to be sure exactly where it was from depending on where we're getting it from. This stuff is from Bodega Bay. Rock cod from Bodega Bay, also known as rockfish. One of my favorite fishes to fry up. Common fish that you see fried in fish tacos. Nothing crazy here. We'll get to that a little bit later, guys. Okay, number 3, pickled cabbage. Slightly pickled. So we made a pickle brine that was with achiote, which is a seasoning or spice blend that's made from annatto seed. A few other things. It's acidic. It's sweet. It's different. This stuff is delicious. I'm super happy the way this came out. It's going to be a great garnish on our fish tacos. Number 4, salsa. This salsa right here. Salsa. So this is salsa that I learned about in Mexico City. Salsa. I've heard it both ways, right? So I've heard it salsa maca and salsa macha. Do you remember seeing that, Matt? No? Okay. So what this stuff is it's almost like, I've likened it to a Mexican style chili oil. So like when you go out to a Chinese restaurant or Vietnamese restaurant and they always got that chili oil on the table. This is damn near the same thing. It's dried chilies, it's spices, it's fried in oil, and then it's covered with oil to keep it. So it's really a different kind of salsa. It's an oil-based salsa. It's meant to have texture to it. It's meant to be smoky and fatty. My idea with this was that we could replace the fatty, creamy sauce that's usually on a lot of fish tacos. I'm not super keen about. I still want to replace that fat with something else. So this is my answer. Not something that you usually see on fish tacos, but we finna freak it tonight. Next up, Micro cilantro from Sack Sprouts. Shout out my boy Matt, Sack Sprouts. He grows tiny greens. The reason you guys only got a little bit of this stuff is because it's super potent. Everybody's like, did I get enough? Did I get enough? Yeah, you got enough. Trust me. Trust me, it's enough. You only need a few leaves of this stuff, and we'll get to that a little bit later. It's literally the last step. My camera squad over there is so pissed at me. Okay, I'm gonna get it right, you guys, I promise. The rice. We have some special rice from Ruin Forsman. This is actually short grain rice, grown locally. Not much to say about this. This is really high quality rice, and we're gonna make Abuelita proud with that. The rice seasoning. Let's go. Here we go. Boom. Get the close-up camera. That is a Knorr, Knorr, caldo de tomate con sabor de polla. You know what I'm saying? That's called Spanish.
Spanish lesson today.
What that means, guys, is it is tomato soup with chicken flavor. This is a bouillon cube. Don't be afraid of this thing. It is the secret to Abuelita style rice. I have learned every single Abuelita I've ever seen make it starts with this or some form of it. And this is gonna change your life, I promise. Tempura batter mix. This is a super precise mix of just different kind of starches. So there's some rice flour, cornstarch, a couple stabilizers in there to help with the crispiness. But really, it's just all a bunch of starches in here. We're gonna mix this with soda water, which is that Topo Chico that you guys got, that little bottle, and it's gonna make a beautiful tempura batter. And we will get to that in just a second. Also in your bag, you got a lime, or you got an onion. You got an onion. These massive onions. I don't even know why they gave me these. These are huge. And you got some limes for the squeezing after. Everybody likes to have a little lime on the side. That was 11 components, you guys, and let me tell you, we have felt every bit of fatigue from making these 11 components and putting them into each bag. A few people actually missed a couple ingredients. We apologize. Shout out Aaron. I went out to Folsom today to deliver 3 pieces of fish that didn't make it into the bag. So lots of labor of love that's going into this separate kit today, guys. Let's go over the equipment that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a flat metal cooking surface to cook your tortillas or to warm them. I'm using a cast iron. If you have a griddle, that's great. If you have a comal, that's great. Any metal cookware will work. Just get something out. Pot with the lid. I got this tiny one. This should be good enough for my little single portion of rice. You might need a larger one for a larger portion of rice. 2 to 3 quart pot for frying. I got this nice, almost like a rondo, like a round one. Round, got nice walls on it. It's probably about a 4 quart pot right here. I got my full 1 quart of oil in here. It's heating up. There's a thermometer. We'll get to that in a second.
That pot is from Ryan's house.
This is a Ryan's house pot.
He said it was nice.
It is a nice
You
one.
guys usually
It's
are
a nice
hating on
one.
the things I have. That
It's
was
a nice one.
First time.
This is
time I got some
Lagostina.
love.
I think that's from a Talib Kweli. We blaze it up like Lagostina.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't remember what song.
But
that
just
was.
the main takeaway is that I
It's
have
a nice
nice
pot.
things.
It's a
I have nice things. Yep.
It's a nice pot. It was featured in a Talib
things.
Kweli lyric. I mean, it's got to be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the pot. Oil's heating up. You guys should have your oil heating up as well. And lastly, thermometer. So a thermometer is optional. Like, as a chef that's worked in the industry for 10 years and done a ton of frying, I don't typically use one because I know how to work with hot oil. I know how to work with cook surfaces and with fire or whatever. So I don't typically use one, but I do highly suggest, and I did highly suggest, getting a thermometer. I actually ran to Safeway at 6:35 tonight, p.m., right before the show started, to go get one, just so I could demonstrate how important it is. My oil's heating up over here. I know it's exactly 300 degrees. Yes, talk to me.
Sorry, real quick. You said you're heating up your oil?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
get that thing hot.
All right.
Get it hot.
All of it.
Were you guys trying to tell me to move that this whole time?
How much?
Thank you.
All?
Whole thing going in.
Todo?
If you got a 2 quart pot, it should be halfway full. If you got 3 quart pot, it should be 1/3 full. You want to have at least a 2 quart pot though. And make sure that there's maybe, you know, just some space above the oil and the top of the pot. We don't want the oil to overflow at any point.
Okay, thank you.
Woo, that was a mouthful.
We're ready though now.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go. I think we can start cooking, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a sip of wet here.
I'll do the same.
If you guys are following along, I suggest the same. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna clear off some space. First thing we're gonna do, guys, is make our tempura batter. You'll need the flours and your Topo Chico. Right there. There we go, I'll get a little bottle opener. So for a single portion, you're not gonna need this whole thing, honestly. You could probably go with half and half. But for a double portion, you're gonna use this whole, or double portion plus, you're gonna use the whole thing of tempura flour and almost all of your Topo Chico. So let's get this stuff into a bowl right now. And we're gonna be using our hands to mix this stuff, guys. I'll explain that in a second. So I'm gonna go about, I'll do the whole thing just so you double portion guys can see it. We're gonna be using our hands to mix this, so if you wanna get some gloves on or whatever, go for it. I suggest not using gloves so you can really feel the texture of this stuff, because it's important to break up those clumps and really feel this between your fingers when we're mixing it. So grab your Topo Chico, and we're gonna go just a little bit at a time. We can start, you know, with a good amount. I would say like maybe a third of the bottle. All right, so maybe a little bit more. So I've used about this much, guys. Here's where I'm at. And with my bare hand, I'm going in here and I'm gonna start mixing this stuff. It's gonna be mad thick at the beginning. It's okay. It's gonna feel like dough.
Okay. Some people like it that way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ryan with the fire commentary. So as I'm doing this stuff is sticking in my fingers. We're gonna pour the water on my fingers and on my hand to get it off. Just a little bit at a time. It's like really doughy. And if for any reason it's too thick for you guys, you can always just add just regular tap water. So at this point, I'm just adding a slight bit at a time. I've still got almost half of it in my bottle. Okay. Good. Keep going. Just a little bit at a time. And what we're looking to achieve here is a fairly thick batter. The batter should stick to your fingers. And what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm going in and I'm literally squishing it between my fingers. This is good. This is how we want to do it. So this is the reason that we're doing this and not using a whisk or something or a mixer. We don't want to add any air to this. That's the whole idea behind using soda water. Those bubbles actually get trapped inside of the dough. And when it fries, it makes it more puffy, more crispy. It'll actually add a nice nice texture to the finished product.
I like that. That's I just learned something.
Yeah, these are chef secrets. The cold soda water in a batter goes crazy. All right, so I'm going. So let's look at mine right now, guys. It's still pretty thick, still pretty clumpy. How you guys doing over there? Those hands getting dirty, right?
Nothing.
All right, good. This is meant to be messy. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more. And again, guys, this is for a double portion. I've got about this much left.
Let's see. Bring it down.
Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit.
Look at that.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Okay, we still Gucci.
So you want to have like, 3 solid sips left. And I'm just gonna go through with my fingers and I'm squeezing this between my hands and I'm gonna do this until I don't feel any clumps. Tiny little clumps are okay, but try and get those ones too. If you got kids at home, this is a great exercise for them to do. And if you got kids at home, you can make them do the work and keep your own hands
Last Supper Society love the kids.
Last Supper Society, let her kids. Let her kids. All right, guys, so I'm pretty happy with the consistency of mine. And it's very important that this stuff stays cold the entire time, too. Because we don't want that carbonation to dissipate too much. And so the way we test to see, we just want to see how it falls off our fingers. It should be a nice, gentle stream coming off our fingers. Yeah, check out that Spider Sinclair tattoo on there, too. Okay. See that? Looking good. Let's see yours, guys. How's that texture?
Well, I
A
feel
little
like
thick
it's
still, but just keep working
Yeah.
it. You're getting there. So wash your hands off when you're done. Get that stuff back into the fridge immediately.
Fee, how you doing? How you doing, cuz?
I feel like it's a little thick still. So Karega, he's gonna try his hand at it. I'm gonna pour
Keep
a little
going,
bit more.
and don't mix it too fast because again, we want to keep that carbonation in there. Think about it like like a soda, right? If we agitate it too much, we're gonna lose all that carbonation. You want to keep in some of it, okay? So do your best to do that. Honestly, you can't really screw this up, guys. It's just you don't have enough liquid to screw it up. So
Okay. Tell us what you got, Rita.
all right,
I got the clumps out. Hold on.
clumps are out.
Check them out.
Get this little chocolate.
Chef Barry.
Yes,
Chef
sir.
Barry.
Let's
What
see
it
what
look
you got.
like?
It's looking good. It's looking great.
Okay.
Got it. All right. So our next task is to get our rice started, guys. Very simple here. We're going to need to dice our onion. And honestly, guys, these onions are so massive. Even for a double portion, you're probably only going to need half of this thing. So I guess we'll go through onion cutting tutorial. Let's get this out here. Cebolla. Cebolla is onion in Spanish. Just in case
You
didn't know
said
that.
only
All
half?
right. Yeah, you'll probably only need half for a double portion.
Okay.
Okay, so first step of cutting the onion, we are going to take the little, what are we calling this, little haircut guy? No, this is the haircut side, little haircut. The root side, we're going to call it a little haircut.
Yeah.
The opposite side of the root. So we're going to chop the top off. Okay, done. All right, lay it flat. Then we're going to go through the haircut. And again, I'm only estimating needing half of this onion. We'll peel it now. Let's see if I can get a good spot to start here. Oh yeah, these are pesky onions. Taking my time with this, guys.
Yes, that is new ink from Byron. Byron has new ink on the hand.
Yep, you can see it starting to peel. So all these people that I'm about to feed,
He's been acting brand new since he got it.
just things are just different now. All these people that I'm about to feed, mainly Ryan, a lot of this dead skin from the new tattoo that's peeling off is probably going to go in the food. So I was going to hold that little tidbit back, but I guess I just make it public. Okay, so we got our onion peeled, guys. Onion cutting 101. Vertical cuts first. Couple horizontal slices. 1, 2. And then brunoise.
Brunoise, my favorite word.
This is so much onion. These things are massive. All right, it's looking good for me. I'm just gonna save that little guy over there.
Riga, how's that cocktail treating you?
Literally,
We
we
were
were
just
just talking about it. I was about to shout out the bartender, and I know he's right here in town, so I might have to.
That cocktail was
Yeah,
nice.
I might have to pull up on him
Really good.
and have him.
Yeah. First edition.
Yeah, I'll go
My man
grab
Corey
him.
at first edition.
Corey, know what
All
he's
right.
doing.
Yeah, the cocktail's delicious, but it's like one of those dangerously delicious cocktails.
I might actually whip another one actually while I'm at it.
Hey,
Y'all heard
somebody pop Corey's collar for me too. He deserved. He got to pop his
There's a
collar.
hot collar.
On
Right.
that drink,
Yeah.
on that drink, he got to pop his collar.
Yeah, you gotta pop it.
Okay, guys, let's make some rice.
All
So we got the stove cam now, so we're gonna move over here a little bit. Let's get our. Actually, can we do this on the? Let's do it over here. We'll start it over here and we'll finish it on the stove. All right, you're welcome. This doesn't fit on here. That's why we're not using
Use
this.
the bigger one.
Huh?
No, you don't have the bigger one.
Yeah, we don't have to. We are at Ryan's house, so this is all we got, guys.
No, I made rice last night.
All right, we're going back to the stove. Okay, we're going to get this thing fairly hot. The first thing we're going to do is toast our rice. This is a very important first step of making abuelita style rice. We want to like kind of just start to almost cook the rice before we add our liquid. Let's talk about the liquid also. Short grain rice, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. If you have this little daddy right here, this is 1 cup of rice. If you guys have a double portion, you have 1.5 cups of rice. I expect you to do some math. So measure it how you like. You can also just measure it visually, right? So if this is 1, then I'm going to put 1 plus a half of this worth of water, if that makes any sense. You can visually measure it as well. Not a big deal. You won't screw it up, I promise. Pan's getting warm over here, so I will add a little bit of oil. Fall out, boys. And we can get our rice directly into that guy. You're not going to hear any sounds or anything like that. We're not looking for a sizzle. We'll hear a sizzle eventually, but we're just going to toast it kind of gently from the beginning and then let it just do its thing
What's going on
as
right
it gets
now, Byron? I
warmer.
missed it.
We added some oil to our rice pot, and we've added all the rice into the rice pot as well. So we're toasting the rice. We're toasting it. This will cut down on the cooking time, and also it changes. See, were y'all reading the instructions before or not?
I actually heard you.
It's all good. We're cooking at the crib, y'all. It's all good. Take it easy. So we've got our rice in a pot with some oil. We're toasting it. It's going to cut down the cooking time, and also the final product is going to be it's going to be more puffy. It almost breaks down the outside of the rice by doing this, and it gives us an interesting texture of rice at the very end. And I've always seen all my abuelitas do this. So we're going to get in there, and we're just constantly just kind of giving it a stir. And once we start to hear it kind of sizzle and it gets fragrant, we'll know that it's probably about time to get to the next step. So
Byron, how
let's
much
let it do
oil?
its thing. We're toasting the rice. Maybe a tablespoon. Just a little splash.
Oh, okay.
Little splash. Little splash of oil, you guys. I don't usually cook in measurements.
Okay.
It's just not conducive for my cooking style. I'm like just throwing a little bit of this in there and just throw some of that in there, and there's never a measurement. So
And
if I could eyeball it though, I would say a
Not right.
tablespoon.
Huh?
Okay, so we're toasting our rice, guys. Keep toasting. Stir it, stir it, stir it. I've got it on like pretty warm here. It's on like medium high. And we want to toast it until it starts to get fragrant. As we're waiting, we can get our bouillon cube unpeeled. Very technical stuff right here.
Fee and Riga, let's talk a little bit. You guys mentioned soul development. You know, I've been rocking with you guys forever, but tell us a little bit about you guys as artists and a little bit about the Soul Affirmations album as well.
Yeah, soul development is like really, we're really a dope collective. We put out a really great project 2019 called The Soul of Black Folk. It just took an introspective look at the condition of black living to the great sounds of like hip hop, jazz, and soul. That project has actually been featured on United Masters again after kind of looking at the context and the accuracy of our writing. So I'm happy about that. We're also all put out some solo projects in the summer. So what you've got from Brittany, you've got Affection, a single, you've got Lauren, Lauren Adams, and then Felicia and I put out a book earlier called Soul Affirmations, and Soul Affirmations is now in volume 1 of its album phase. You can go on your digital retailers, Spotify, iTunes, and look up Soul Affirmations. And this is actually a book that we created just to guide us through this season of love, this season of grief, this season of like accepting and being gentle with ourselves. And the album does just that. So I invite folks to check it out and also check out the great book. It's actually also a reflection journal. So it's a toolkit that gives the affirmations and room to reflect. Y'all should check it out. I probably should have been in the camera, my bad. But...
So we're toasting our rice, guys. If you have a flame, it's probably going a lot faster. But we'll start to hear it kind of start to sizzle, and that's a good thing. We want to just think of it. Think of this right now as like starting the cooking process of the rice. It's going to cook a lot quicker this way, and we're also again breaking down that outer layer of rice so that the texture of the rice is a little different at the end. So we want that to become fragrant. Once it becomes fragrant, then we can move on to our next step. What's up, Ryan? How you doing over there? Are you on your second cocktail?
Good. Hey, Soul Affirmations album link in the comments. Just dropped it. Bless yourselves today.
Yo, appreciate that, man. Y'all enjoy that. I appreciate that. And I think,
I guess we can actually multitask here, guys. If you have the wherewithal to do this. Or
We haven't done anything with our bouillon cube, correct?
Not yet. Bouillon has not been added yet. If your rice is fragrant and it's starting to brown, the next step is to add in the onion. We're going to toast the onion a little bit after that. Mine is just moving a little bit slow here. I have very small pots, so it's going a little bit slow. So next step is to add the onion, and then if you get to that point, we're going to add the bouillon in after that. And we're just going to keep on mixing and mixing and mixing. The water is the last step. If you have some time, though, we could maybe cut our limes for garnish. Onion goes in next.
All of it?
Yeah, throw it in. Throw it in. Yep.
Half of it?
All the onion.
All the onion.
So I asked you guys to cut half of an onion. So all of the onion that you've cut for a double kit, that should be what's going in.
Makes sense.
I cut half of an onion. I'm only using a single kit, so I'll use this. I'll use half of this. Limes, guys, we're cutting them in the quarters. Nothing crazy. You've been to a taqueria before, probably, so you know how the limes look. I can hear my rice toasting in here. Nice. It's getting fragrant, so I'm going to add some onion. Looks like we lost our stove cam, huh, guys? So, unfortunately, wish I could show you this, but I'll just walk you through it verbally. We'll hear those onions sizzle in there. That's good. And almost immediately after that, guys, we can add in our bouillon. Add as much as you like. If you like heavy flavoring, go in with the whole thing. If you want it to be a little bit lighter, use less. It's totally up to your discretion.
I feel like the homie Rocky's going in with the whole bouillon.
We're going in with the whole bouillon on my side.
Sounds like a Rocky move.
Guaranteed. So once we get that bouillon in, we're just going to stir, break it up. I kind of broke it up with my fingers. We'll start to smell all this stuff starting to happen. And at this point, we can turn the heat down to probably like a 2. 2 on the Richter scale. Check your frying oil too. Make sure it's not getting crazy hot. So I'm just stirring this stuff. I'm doing all my stirring now, guys. Once we get the liquid in there, we will not stir it. We will not touch it. Okay, because when we stir rice with the liquid in there, what happens is that friction causes a lot of starch to release. And then a lot of people wonder why the rice is all sticky and gummy. It's because you're probably stirring it with liquid in there. You can stir it while it's dry, but once the liquid goes in, we ain't gonna stir no more. Okay, nice. The color's changing. We wanna get a little, here's what my stuff is looking like. It's fragrant. I got a little brown on the rice. It's starting to turn color from that bouillon. And if you got everything in, you can add your water. 1.5 times by volume water. So I had about a cup of water.
All of it?
I mean, a cup of rice, excuse me. So we're going to go 1.5 times that cup. If you have a cup and a half of rice, what's 1.5? Can someone do that for me? 1.5 times 1.5?
I'm not here to do math.
You have a laptop.
I have 2 Sonoran old fashions and a glass of wine.
Oh my God. Okay, well.
That's math for
That's 1 cup. That's 1 to 1. So we're going to do half of that now. Goes in. Boom. I suggest a little pinch of salt as well. Maybe one more. Boop. That's it. It should have rapidly boiled when you threw that water in there. If not, we're gonna bring it up to a boil and immediately turn it down to the lowest, as low as it can go, and then cover it. So, boom, there we go. All right, guys, we have started the rice. It is time to move on to the next step. I'm gonna put my limes in a deli cup here. There we go. Boom, garnish. All right, what's next on Byron's instructions? Fish. We're gonna start working with the fish, you guys. You'll need a clean cutting board. You'll need a knife. You'll need some salt, and you'll need something to put the fish on afterwards, like a plate or something. I'll get my plate first, and I'll grab my fish. People were very curious about the amount of fish that they got today. We measured it out by weight, so you got about 8 ounces of fish, about a half pound of fish per double kit. There are 4 ounces per portion, basically. These fish tacos, they're not massive. And remember, they're battered too. So you only really need about an ounce and a quarter of fish per taco. So do not be alarmed. This batter is gonna take care of the hard work for us. So here's our rockfish. We did our best to remove as many bones as possible, guys. But just use your fingers and just kind of go over the flesh. You might have a couple bones. Like I have a couple bones in here. And so I'm gonna take them out very carefully here. Okay. All right, so imagine the size of your taco. This is gonna be the size of our taco, roughly. Okay, I got fish on my hands. I didn't really wanna put this thing back in my ear. So our taco is going to be about the size of the tortilla press, basically, or the size of the tortilla, okay? So we want our strip of fish to be maybe just a little bit shorter than that. Okay, so look at your piece of fish and determine how you can get at least 3 pieces of that size per portion. So I'm gonna start at the tail end over here, and kind of at like an angle, I'll start slicing some slices. All right, there's one. See, this is good enough right here. This is enough fish for one taco, I promise you. If you want them to be bigger, go for it. You might get less amount of tacos at the end, but totally up to you. So slice another one. Nice. And we're gonna slice another one. 3. And this is a double portion of fish, so 4, 5. We got what was that? I accidentally pressed the button on my ear and started playing music. Okay, so I've got my fish sliced up. Next step is to season it, and we're gonna get it right back in the fridge. So don't be scared of the seasoning here, guys. Season evenly. Nice, nice, nice. Flip it over. Season the other side. And we always season every ingredient, every step of the way, every step of the way, especially when we're dealing with the protein, especially when we're dealing with frying stuff. We want to make sure we season it, season the actual protein. I keep pressing that button, dude. I'm sorry, I keep pressing the button. So I got my fish seasoned, guys. Nice amount of salt on there. Back in the fridge until we're ready for it. Tempura batter's in the fridge. Fish is in the fridge. Let's do a little cleanup. So everything's not all fishy. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How you guys doing over there?
Great.
Chilling?
Yeah.
We're just cooking at the crib, man. This is easy stuff. This ain't fine dining. All right. Yeah, I got no sponge over here. I need dish soap. We got Ryan's house.
It's underneath, my guy.
You know,
Put it away.
it's too much work, man.
Set dressing, my guy. We're dressing the set.
All right, so we do have some soap under here, you guys.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We're in a pandemic right now. Soap everywhere.
All right. It's Dawn Platinum, too. Ooh, was I supposed to say that brand name like that?
But they didn't pay us. Don't say that again.
Yeah, cut the check, Dawn. What's up? All right. We're cleaning off all this
What heat is
fishiness.
our rice at right now, chef? Or cocinero?
Very low.
Cocinero?
Cocinero. Soy cocinero. Me llamo cocinero.
If you guys
Heat.
are longtime cooking fans, you might know that a little trivia for you. Chef's nickname is El Navigante.
I got a couple nicknames in Spanish. It depends on which part of Latin America we're in, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, if we're in Argentina, you know, I might be Navigante. But if we're in Mexico City, I might be El Cariño, you know what I mean? All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving, you guys. Our fishing season, we're going to start talking about our oil now. I've had mine holding at medium temperature this whole time. It's at 300 degrees. Let's crank it up a little bit. We want to get up to I would say just to be safe, 360, 375. When we add cold things to hot oil, the temperature of the oil drops. The optimal frying temperature for this specific tempura batter is around 350 to 360 degrees. We don't want it to drop too low, less than 330 would be bad. And we don't want it to go above 400 or so. That could end up with burnt batter. So this is why I say thermometer is a very important piece of this. If you want to wing it, go for it. I'll show you a way to test the oil to see if it's ready. But what I've done now is I've just kind of cranked it up to medium high, almost high actually. I'm at an 8. And I'm going to let that thing go all the way up to 360, 375 degrees.
I'm actually almost at an 8 as well with my second
Jesus.
Sonoran old-fashioned.
So, Lord help us, if you can hear me. I'm taking it easy. I'm just having this wine over here. Ryan is, I don't even think there's tequila left. Is there any left?
Yes, there is. There's a whole little whoop left. And a whole whoop and a third of a whoop left.
Ryan, could you tell us what a whoop is, by the way?
A whoop is it's a very versatile phrase. A whoop can really be anything you want it to be. A whoop can be a noun. It could be a verb. You know what I mean? This right here is this is about like a quarter of a whoop left of tequila right here.
Quarter whoop.
A quarter whoop.
Quarter whoop. You guys heard it first.
But you know what I mean? We might sprinkle a little whoop of salt in the
Exactly.
on the fish. You know.
It's a universal term.
It's a universal term.
Yeah.
You guys.
A whoop can be anything. Whatever you
know,
like.
you know.
Guys. Whatever you like. Temperature's coming up on the oil. What else can we do? We're waiting. Check your rice. Make sure that something's happening under there. It should be simmering gently. There should be a lot of steam under there. We're just gonna let it do its thing, leave it. We're fine. We're waiting for our oil temp to come up. I mean, man, I feel like I can just crank this thing, honestly.
Fee and Riga, do you guys have any projects you guys are working on? Anything new coming up? I've been on the Soul Affirmations album for a minute now. I've been sharing it. I know there's people cooking with us right now who have enjoyed it. Shout out Erica, shout out Quinn. But what else are you guys working on? Any new projects?
Yeah. Well, Soul Affirmations Volume 2, you can be looking for that in September. So you get more of the album. Yeah, we are also recording new music. Yes, we are recording new music. It felt great. We also have a documentary coming out that KQED has filmed about our work in the gun violence interruption space. So that's going to be a feature-length film, somewhere around the ballpark of 35 minutes. It's a really powerful film. I love what's happening in that, and new music coming, a new EP with the film. So yeah, you'll be getting a lot more of Soul Development story.
Absolutely. Real quick, where we can tap in and connect with you guys after the show, Instagrams or whatever. Where can we tap in?
Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys tapped in with us at. She is at Fifi Monique. That's FEFEMONIQUE. Fifi Monique. You can tap in with me, Karega Bailey. KAREGA BAILEY, Karega Bailey. Get with it, man. And also you can follow Soul Affirmations. We have really cool text and animated text and different things to engage folks with that page exclusively. But yeah, man, get with us. Get with us. We got a lot of great stuff coming up, for real.
I'm going to tap in immediately after this.
Absolutely. You guys will hear a little bit. When we go to the plate, you guys will hear a little bit of Soul Affirmations album as well.
Okay, guys, so oil's coming up, Tim. I actually just switched mine over to the stronger burner. We want to be able to have a good amount of control of the temperature here. We want to be able to get it back up nice and hot when we're actually frying, especially if you're doing more than like 3 pieces. So make sure it's on your strong burner. I've switched mine over to our strong burner, or excuse me, Ryan's strong burner. Mm-hmm. And we're still climbing in temperature. I'm at about 350 right now. I want it to be a little bit hotter. I like I said, optimal frying temperature, 350 to 360, maybe 375. So we want to get it up higher than that so that when we put the cold ingredients in, it drops down to the optimal frying temperature. So we are good. It's climbing rapidly here.
Felicia, we got Auntie Jerry Higgs in the comments showing love to you guys.
Auntie's out here.
Shout out, Mama Higgs. Yo, just big her up for always being a great pulse in my life, but also just keeping great tabs on me. Love you, Mama Higgs.
Absolutely.
So I am ready to fry. I'm at about 365 degrees. I'm going to test my fryer oil. Test the fryer oil. Our fingers are going to get dirty here again, guys. But we can just kind of dip it in. Dip your fingers in one time. And just let a little bit drop into the oil. Now you see mine immediately starts to jump around and dance in the pan. That means it's probably ready. Let's just keep an eye on it. Make sure it's not burning yet. But if you have a thermometer, you don't have to worry about that. So we are looking good. Let's fry some fish, guys. Okay, technique here. Are we ready? Fish goes into the batter. Drag it around that stuff. Okay? Drag it around. Flip it, drag it, throw it around. Okay? Now grab a very small tip and just let it drain. Okay? And as soon as we've given it a couple seconds to drain, we're going to use the side of our bowl to kind of get it and then into the oil. Next step, tempura secret. Again, with your fingers. This is going to make it mad crispy. With your fingers, grab some of that batter and just drizzle it right over the top.
Drip and drizzle.
We're dripping and drizzling.
Shout out Sutter
And
Middle
don't
School.
go too fast.
Karega.
Shout out
Hey,
Sutter
Middle School.
Shout out
Who's a Sutter Middle School?
Karega went to Sutter.
Oh, what's up?
Karega went to Sutter. Karega went to
Shout out Sutter. Shout out Sutter Middle School.
Oh snap! That's
Shout out
crazy.
Mr. Buns. Danny Buns.
Danny Buns.
Okay, so guys, I've got my first piece in. We want to kind of space them out. We don't want to drop the oil temperature too much. So my oil temperature is actually getting pretty hot, so I'm going to turn it down to like medium. And we just want to space out each piece. Don't overcrowd your pan. Don't do anything crazy. Maybe 3 pieces at a time max. But go for it. Get your fingers dirty. Remember, drip.
Shout out to Mr. Buns. He gave me the 101 fade in 8th grade. I took it. I played it. Derek saw the game.
Very something.
Derek Higgs, shout out. We got Wanda Brown giving you, and Carl giving you guys love too, Fee and Riga.
Mama Brown, what's happening? How are you? Love you dearly.
Hey, wait, what year are you, Karega?
I came out of high school 04.
Okay. So we did not cross paths at Sutter.
Nah. El Cocinero is está joven, muy joven.
Oh, now I'm hoving. Now I'm hoving. Oh, now I'm hoving. All right, I got you.
We a little more seasoned over here, man. We got a little more sazon on us over here.
Yeah, I got a word for that. It's called old. But anyways, so getting nice. This one's getting a little burned, bro. Be careful, guys. If you touch your hand with water, if you wash your hand, don't let that water drip into the oil. It's dangerous. So my oil's pretty shallow, so I'm not able to like actually deep fry. So I'm gonna give these guys a flip in here.
Byron, you put all
Shout out
your
to my
fish
auntie
in at
Joyce,
that time?
by the way.
I only did 3 at a time, bro.
3 at a time.
We don't want to overcrowd the pan. We don't want the temperature to drop too much.
Exactly. Service.
We're looking for golden brown. I mean, it's like a visual thing right here, right? So it's gonna look a lot like this bad boy right here, or bad girl. I'm not sure. Okay.
Fee is so focused right now.
I can't
She
pull
hasn't
this
said
out.
a
I can't
word
pull this
in
out.
10
So very
minutes.
focused,
It's
okay?
hot oil, I
Because
can't
I
do
am
it.
not going to let anybody say that I could not cook this. I've never prepared this before, but this will be right.
Hey,
This is gonna be good. I promise. You guys should be frying away right now. We should also start thinking about our tortillas.
Hey, Chef Byron, here's the thing. You gotta realize right now, she's her mama in the kitchen.
No, I'm not.
And you could only halfway tell her
Shout
something.
out Auntie Joyce.
Exactly. So she's not playing about it, not tasting good, no matter what your instructions say. So just shout out to her.
If
Shout
you
out to her mama.
you might be able to figure out a better way to do this than me. So if that's the case, get it how you live.
Well,
So we're frying away here, guys.
I did accidentally put some of the bouillon in before everything. So
That's
I
fine.
sauteed the bouillon with the oil first, and then I put the rice because I thought that's what you were doing. But, and it's really just
Hey, that might be a new way. Let me know how it tastes. Maybe I might have to change my technique.
Okay.
So I'm starting to see golden brown
Quesadillas in
here.
here.
What she
So guys,
did,
when these are getting nice and crispy like this,
instead of
we got
listening,
stove cam. I don't know if you can see
instead of
it.
listening, she took a Caribbean adaptation. Because what happens
We
is
got
a lot of
golden
Caribbean
brown. Look at this.
meals, you season, use the oil, and you make the seasoning first. So that's what she was doing. It's all right.
Wagwan.
Wagwan. Ross Clot fish right here, man.
We're gonna have to collab. We're gonna have to get Chef Byron collabing with Karega's whole fam in the kitchen one time.
Hey, for real, my younger brother might be a dope collaboration. He's a jerk master.
Hey,
Jerk master.
Yeah.
we did the jerk for our Pride episode earlier. Yeah, it was fire. Shout out Jordan.
Yeah, we pulled out the jerk
Any way you
salmon a
take
few
it-
weeks ago.
Any way you take it.
I just pulled out the crispy fish.
So fish is out of the pan?
Fish is out of the pan on my end. It might be different from you guys. Mine is ready though. I'm done frying too, so I'm gonna turn off this hot oil. Major next step, guys. Always after frying something. We just created like pretty much some bread around this fish, unseasoned bread. So we want to make sure that breading is seasoned. So
La sal, mas sazon.
mas sazon, mas sal. Boom. Always season your fried foods. And these should hold up for a few minutes while we make our tortillas. So just keep them, out the way. If you got this far, I'm very proud of you. You're pretty much there already.
If you have to reward them, if you have a little wine or a cocktail, reward yourself with a sip.
Take a shot.
Oh,
No, I mean, not me.
okay.
You guys. Take a shot if you made it this far. Also, if you made it this far and you're not making tortillas with this, you could literally start just warming your tortillas and build them and eat them. Your rice should be almost done by now. Mine is. So yours should be too. So you could just go for it. But since we are making tortillas, we're going to get into that tutorial right now.
Do not go for it yet, because we need you to take pics and post them, and I'm not ready to talk about the plate yet.
True.
I need my plating music. I need to get in my plating zone for that.
We're good. So I'm going to start getting my tortilla cooking surface warm. And then I'm going to look at my dough. So these pieces of dough are about 6 ounces each. They were designed to make 3 tortillas each. So visually, you can just kind of, like literally visually cut it into 3 pieces. It doesn't need to be exact. Fine.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Starting now.
Bridge, give Riley a shot of Topo Chico.
Shot of Topo. So guys, I've cut my dough into 3 pieces per bag. 3 pieces per dough portion. So you should, if you have a double, you should have 6 pieces. So that one, you're gonna cut it into 3, take out the other one, cut that one into 3 as well. Okay? And I included a bag for a reason, because we are going to use this bag in our tortilla operation. You can either tear it or cut it. And so what I've done from the zip is I've torn down the side of the bag. This is also an abuelita trick.
Hey.
And then the other side, we're going to tear it too. So now we have this open bag. Free plastic wrap, you guys. Free plastic wrap.
That looks like an abuelita trick right there.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't make stuff up like this if I tried. And we'll just leave that right there for now inside of our press. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Service is nice and hot. I've turned it off. So we're going to roll each of our little third portions into balls. Okay.
So our heat is off on our pan right now?
It depends on what kind of pan you got. I have a cast iron and a strong fire. So I've turned mine off. It's nice and warm. That's good.
You turned your pan off?
Yeah, it needs to be warm.
Okay.
We're not trying to get it smoking hot. I just wanted to get it warm so I didn't have to start from cold.
And you didn't put nothing in it?
Nothing. Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So, thank you for mentioning putting anything in it. Paper towel is a good use right here. We can grab a little bit of oil, fat, whatever you got. You can even take some of your fryer oil if you're not scared. And we're just going to kind of use a paper towel to just get our pan slightly oiled. It doesn't need to be like crazy. And no puddles, no pools of oil. And we can keep that on the side here. Especially if you're making more than 3 tortillas, you're going to need that again. So we've got all of our balls rolled out. Nice and tight. Here we go. Let me try and make grandma proud. All right, we're going directly in the center. Let's flip that other piece of plastic over. Okay. All right, guys. I know you guys probably can't see it as well as everybody else, but we're gonna get this guy over. Press. Gentle, 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 gentle. Once you get it most of the way down, then we're going to put that lever over and we're going to give more gentle pressure. Okay.
Okay, Byron, say what you did
Gentle.
again.
So I rolled it into a ball, placed it in the middle, bring over the Heco in Mexico side.
Hecho, but it's good.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Heco in Mexico. You're going to bring that side over first and use your hand to kind of press it down to get it primed and ready.
Gentle.
Gentle, gentle, gentle. And then you could bring that lever over.
Did you put plastic on it?
Yes.
I did. Do we have
Plastic
another?
was the bag. We ripped
Do
the
we have another bag in here? Here, let me get another demonstration going for you. Or wait, no, we got one in the trash. Here. We're trash can boys today, okay? So I took the bag. Check this out. You can rip one side. Yes, and then rip the other side too. Now you got free plastic wrap. Boom.
Okay.
And so the dough will go in the center of one side, and the other side will go right on top.
All right. Thank you.
And these things don't really want to wait for us, guys, so make sure your pan's warm.
Be gentle with it, Fee.
Gentle, gentle, gentle.
Muy amable. Muy amable. My Spanish game is right. It's been right. Yeah.
So this is my first one. It's not beautiful. It's actually hideous. But I'm going to go straight from this plastic, and then you can just peel the plastic off like that. Right into the pan. Heat back on, maybe medium. We don't want these things cooking a long time. And as your first one's cooking, we can get our second one staged or just prepared and ready to go into the pan. Depending on the size of your pan. If you got a nice big pan or a nice big griddle, you could do them all at the same time. Unfortunately, we're at Ryan's house, so this is all I got.
That's a big cast iron, man. We're not hating. Shout out Vanessa Royster too for this cast iron too. She's been asking for it back for a minute.
We're
asking for it back, y'all.
We really got to talk about Ryan's understanding of the word big.
Real quick. Last week, Byron tried to hate on my cast iron because he didn't think it was seasoned.
It wasn't, guys.
It's seasoned. Nah, because I YouTubed it. I YouTube tutorialed it.
Let me see your tortillas. How you guys doing?
So
That needs to go straight into the pan. That's beautiful. Straight into the pan. Where's my tongs at? Here they are.
Stay seasoned up. Cast iron seasoned. Everything.
Let it cook. I'll get my second one ready to go. Gentle pressure. If you put pressure down too fast, you might break it. It might get weird. Just be gentle. First with my hand, and then with the lever. And you'll see it start to come up the sides like that. Nice. Next one's ready. I'm gonna just hold it. Small burning corn. We're a little bit too hot over here. Good tool to use for this, spatula. I know Ryan's got that. Metal one. I need one of these. I use this wok tool.
Hey.
Oh, no, here. There we go. Flip. First one looks okay. I want a little bit more color. And I'm gonna use a kitchen towel to hold them warm. So after that first flip, guys, it doesn't take much longer. You want to be able to smell it. It should smell like, corn cooking. Smell like a tortilla cooking. Maybe give it a little bit of motion in there.
Let's get a nice shot of that when it comes out.
And your first one's always going to be trash, I promise you. Even mine. First one's always going to be trash. That's why I put a little bit of extra dough in there. You guys want to try and make 4 out of that? Great. You want it to be mad thin? Then it's up to you. I like mine to be a little bit thicker, a little more substance. But after you do that first flip, it's pretty much like it's not going to take much longer. There we go. Tortilla, guys.
Homemade tortillas
You did it.
with the hands.
Cover it with the
Wow.
towel. And move on to the next one. I'm ready to eat one of these tacos. I can't even.
I'm
find one.
starving, man. I haven't ate since. What, you
Check your rice, guys. It should be on super low, so you shouldn't have to worry about it too much. But let's just give it a little check. We'll get a spoon in there. Oh yeah, we're good.
Fee and Riga, how's your rice looking? How's your tortillas looking?
For the kitchen, it's smelling lovely.
The kitchen smells good, but my tortillas
Smells wonderful.
She said the kitchen smells good, but my tortillas is taking a while to brown. That's what she said.
Hey, love takes a minute. We make
Takes
these
a
are
minute.
handmade tortillas.
We have to understand the process of getting to this point, right? First, someone has to grow the corn. First, someone has to get the idea to grow the corn and the land to grow the corn. And then they have to grow the corn, which is hard. Then they have to pick the corn and they have to dry the corn. Then they have to nixtamalize the corn, which is bringing it to the right alkalinity based on who Lord knows how they figure that out. Then after that, they have to make the masa. Then after making the masa, you have to turn it into a tortilla, and then you have to cook it, and then you have to have something to fill it with too. So the amount of steps, the amount of hands that touch this thing, it's one of those things that for me is just like the definition of what like real love is. Like, because that person that grew the corn don't know who we are, but they know that their final product is going to come out something like this, right? So let's respect this masa. Let's make some fire tacos. Don't burn these things because you probably don't have extra dough.
Absolutely. It's a labor of love.
Hey, Chef Byron.
Gotta be
Literal.
intentional with love.
Yes, sir.
One of my elders, Maestro Jerry Teal, he was telling me that you know how you said like the first one, your first tortilla is always trash. Well, he was actually telling me that in his indigenous culture, the first tortilla is usually offered up as an offering, right? So when they straight when it's burning or when it's getting brown, those fumes are going up and they're pleasing to those who, to the ancestors. So it's like the first one is actually the offering. So we'll reframe it. It's not trash. It's the offering.
That's real.
Let's reframe
That's
that.
real.
Hey.
That's deep. That's deep, y'all. So your first tortilla is not trash. It's actually an offering to some kind of god or deity.
To the ancestors.
To the ancestors. Maybe to your enemies as well.
You just described a labor of love from an agrarian culture of people who labor to grow food, right? So it takes multiple generations to even let that food harvest. So families who are doing this labor are recognized, right? And it might take several generations. But the truth of the matter is, like, that's why we have that offering, because so many people went into making it what it is.
Absolutely. Bless up.
Deep knowledge.
One time. Hey, spend a couple minutes around Riga, you're gonna get a word. You're gonna get a word. You're gonna learn something.
All right, my last tortilla is going down, you guys. I'm about to go to the plate in like less than 2 minutes. Hope you guys are getting close too. You guys got 6 tortillas to make. I'm only making 3.
True that.
We'll pause for him. We can't wait for him. Right? We can't let him.
Oh. All right, this one is going to be called, actually, he is the one without a name. Because he is not pretty at all.
That's the offering. That's to the ancestors.
No, we already did one for them.
Oh, we already did one for them.
What is the third tortilla considered?
Oh.
Fallout Boys happening.
Boys.
Oh,
No.
we are live cooking at the crib, y'all. This is not my towel for wiping my hands. I just dropped the tortilla towel on the ground. We're just gonna put it right there. I'll eat those ones. I'll eat those ones.
We got more masa. Let's go.
Yeah, we got a little bit more masa. We're gonna make Ryan a couple tacos, you guys. Don't worry. We're not gonna leave him hungry. But we are good. I hope you guys didn't throw your tortillas on the ground. We're just cooking tortillas.
Hey, shout out to Cooking.
I swear I didn't do that on purpose.
You ain't gonna eat those.
Hey, y'all over here.
I'll eat 'em.
Friday night dates. I appreciate that.
Right on, man. I love seeing this. You guys are just in the zone. There's teamwork happening. You guys are the first 2-piece special guests that we've had.
Really?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I was going to tell
We
Rita,
saved
like,
that.
I'm really happy he's doing it with me. I couldn't imagine doing all this by myself. In this time frame.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
For sure.
Check your rice, you guys.
My rice is
Honestly, a lot of you guys at home should be coming close to being finished. My rice is freaking delicious. Smells great. It's done. I've turned the heat off. Tortillas are good. Got press out of here. I'm gonna start bringing all my garnishes to the front. That's Ryan's right there. I won't throw that one on the ground.
Yes, sir. I need that, man. I need some nourishment. Hey, and honestly, Fee and Riga, we're having a lot of fun. But this episode, when Byron and I really sat down and thought about this, we really sat down with the idea of nourishment for mind, body, and spirit. The food to really nourish us, nourish our bodies, but carving out space for you guys to nourish our spirit. So again, thank you guys for sharing with us. You guys sharing is it's important. It's so valuable. We had a moment that we got to share at pickup today in Oakland at First Edition. Shout out to Corey. With this pandemic and everyone being separated, I hadn't had a real moment with you guys in a minute. So having you guys on has been really special. You know, this show has been a blessing to a lot of people. A lot of people have been lacking that sense of community and connection. And I think this episode is really as true to form as our ethos as we can be, as far as really carving out space for people to share a moment with people, to share time, to share information, to share love and spread love. So thank you guys again for being a part of that.
Hey, Ryan and Byron, man, thank you guys so much. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughter in the space. But our home is, even through our grief, our home is known for laughter. There's just like a love and abundance in our home, and we laugh in the kitchen all the time. And it was really dope that laughter was consistent, even with the camera rolling, even with you guys here. We were still in that joy. You guys added such a great time, and I hope that we really were able to show folks that grief is love. That's why we have so much of it, and that people are in grief all around you. And it doesn't mean that something's wrong, and it doesn't something that you have to change or fix or get better. You can be present with it. The same way you are with a romantic love interest, you can be present with grief. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you. So here we are, angel parents, 1 day after our 10-month anniversary of Kamayu's double transition, and our home still has laughter. The food has added. You know, you talk about nourishing the mind, body, and soul. Laughter also nourishes the body and soul. It's like this physical thing that pays forward all across. So thank you guys for being great hosts and helping that happen.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be able to have been a conduit for any laughter or enjoyment or camaraderie or anything, man. That's really the goal with the cooking, right? Bring people together, break bread. We're gonna be in the kitchen. We're cooking at the crib. I'm gonna drop tortillas on the ground, and my entire crew is gonna laugh at me. And you know what? That's very fulfilling for me. So I'm happy to be able to be sharing some of that same energy. I don't know about you guys. My tortillas are done. My fish is done. My rice is done. I think it's time to go to the plate.
We're ready to go to the plate. Fee and Riga, you guys ready to go to the plate?
We're going to the plate.
Un momento.
We got one ready for the plate. We got one ready for the plate.
Okay, everybody. We're going to the plate. And you know what that means. It's time to get creative. It's time to have fun. Before you dig in, before you grub on these beautiful concoctions, we want you to take a picture. We want you to tag at Last Supper Society. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and tag at Fifi Monique. Tag at Karega Bailey also. Use hashtag the cookin'. And we want to see it. Share it with us. Whether it is a masterpiece or a beautiful mess, share it. The winner of the most dope, vibiest plating wins dinner on us next week. Shout out to our winner for this week, Jesse Spivey, the homie. But tap in, take a picture, tag us, post it, put it on your feed, put it in your story. It will not mess up your aesthetic, I promise. I promise your aesthetic is not as fire as you think. We're gonna sprinkle it, we're gonna season it. We're gonna season it with this picture. Hey, and in your ears right now, this plating music, this is Soul Development. This is Soul Affirmations album. Vibe out to this. Let this fuel your creativity. This is the choice. Holla.
And when you feel like life's hardships are dimming your light,
Just smell this.
it just may be an invitation into a new
Ooh, that's
dimension of
fire.
your inner life.
Hey, we had a lot of love from Kaiser Permanente African American Professional
Hey.
Association today.
I know my mom's watching too. She's actually a Kaiser Permanente employee as well.
Absolutely, tapped in.
Rise from and how
My
you
mom
can
tapped in and sent you guys love. Fee and Riga as well. Shout out Vanessa Royster, Auntie Cookie.
Send my love back. I love you.
All right, so
She
Building tacos,
always
yeah.
checks on us. Always come across the way to check on us.
To those of us
Shout out to Mama
determined
Royster.
to find peace within self. We are in this together.
and when we're doing this salsa, guys, make sure to give it just a gentle mix.
Promise is true.
Don't spill it everywhere. You want a little bit of the solid and a little bit of the liquid too.
Be creative. We want to see what you guys come up with this plating. We got artists in here too. We got artists in the kitchen with us. So we need to see that plate magic, those plate tectonics.
All right, what's our method
Plate
to
tectonic?
dressing?
What's the dressing method? Whatever they
Yeah, how do we?
However you like, man. I put mine directly on here. I'll give you a little. Can you see mine? My fish, I just did a straight line, so I get a little bit of salsa in each bite.
To receive the lesson
If you want to get a little bit more avant-garde with it,
today will present.
what's on you? Cabbage to finish.
on top, cabbage to finish.
Oh, sorry, not to finish, but next step cabbage.
Keep it on my sauce.
And taste this cabbage, guys. It's heavily flavored, so you don't need a lot. Okay, cabbage there. Have I lost my cilantro? Don't I have it? There it is.
Salsa, please.
Just gonna grab out a little bit of this stuff. You don't need a lot, I promise.
I can do sparingly, no?
I hope you guys are feeling these vibes right now.
About to say.
Mind unlocked, heart unblocked.
Break and drive after
Tell
this.
him, you gonna tell him, Fee?
Oh,
I'm calling it, you guys. That's it. Put a little lime on there. It's cooking at the crib. We just made fish tacos, you guys. That's it.
This is it right here. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing with us
Bigger than love.
an experience. Every Friday we do this. This is more than cooking at the crib. This is sharing a moment. This is sharing a vibe. This is sharing some love. Our guests take time out of their schedules to really spend time with us, to really share and open up, be transparent, to be open, to share space with you guys. We thank you, Fee and Riga, for doing that, for sharing something that's so personal and special to you with us. We were definitely, you blessed our kitchen with that. Shout out Be Imaginative, the organization that we are supporting, that you all are supporting. Thank you guys for tapping in and doing that. This was, shout out to B. This is season 2, episode 7 of the Cookin', live cooking at the crib. Ryan Royster, Byron Hughes, Last Supper Society. Treat every meal like it's your last. Thank you for joining us. Post your pics on the gram. Tag Last Supper Society. Hashtag the Cookin'. We're gonna vibe out to the Soul Affirmations album right now, so you guys can keep your streams running and kick it with us. We appreciate you. We love you guys.
check us out.
Peace.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Oh, they're gonna plating right there.
Oh! Let's go!
What's handing though?
Hey!
What's
Let's
handing though?
go.
Let's go. That's the one right there. That's the one.
That's
We
what I'm
love you
talking
guys.
about, baby.
Y'all are amazing, man. Y'all are
Okay,
amazing.
guys.
Peace, y'all.
You guys did that.
Fee and Riga, kick it with us. Riga, leave your Zoom popping.
And I'm learning to
We
fully
try,
surrender
y'all.
to the frequency of love. I cannot stop it, nor am I supposed to. The goal is to become one with love, and for love to make me one with the Creator.
There is a massive amount of love moving through me, and I am learning to fully surrender to the frequency of love. I cannot stop it, nor am I supposed to. The goal is to become one with love, and for love to make me one with the Creator. I am one with Mother Earth, and in this land, love is the greatest passport.
I am one with Mother Earth, and in this land, love is the greatest passport.
I am where I need to be, and I am who I need to be in this very moment. The answers I am looking for are already within.
I'm where I need to be and who I need to be in this very moment. The answers I'm looking for are already within.
Love as a philosophy is much easier than love as a practice. But when we choose to practice love, it will challenge our philosophy and change the way we respond to what challenges us. Today, I choose to practice love.
Love as a philosophy is much easier than love as a practice. But when we choose to practice love, it will challenge our philosophy and change the way we respond to what challenges us. Today, I choose to practice love.
Even a hard day is a good day because it will bring me closer to balance and understanding. Here, I am postured to master my peace.
Even a hard day is a good day because it will bring me closer to balance and understanding. Here, I am postured to master my peace.
How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic of striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. George Washington Carver.
How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic of the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. George Washington Carver. How far will you go?
It can be a dark world sometimes. Don't be afraid to be a source of light. It can be a dark world sometimes. But don't be afraid to be a source of light.
Soul Affirmations is a collection of affirmations and manifestations gathered with the sacred intention of helping us to remember our goodness. It is a powerful design of words to help us frame the beauty in every difficulty and increase our capacity to explore our hearts and produce the courage to love ourselves, to love one another, to love what challenges us. Each of the affirmations in this collection have been applied through times of great loss and difficulty and have proven to remain true through all seasons of life. Please share this with young people as it was created with them in mind. I specifically ask of parents, guardians, and educators to speak these words into young people and allow them to speak it out loud to affirm themselves when they are ready. There is not enough darkness in the world to put out the light of even one candle, so never be afraid to let your light shine. And when you feel like life's hardships are dimming your light, it just may be an invitation into a new dimension of your inner light. Dr. Maya Angelou writes, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." Soul Affirmations is a tool to help us come out of it. This book is dedicated to those who are on a journey to find healing, to those of us determined to find peace within self. We are in this together. The road may seem long, but no matter the distance, the promise is true. Sometimes, on time, still can take a little while. Mind unlocked, heart unblocked. I am open and willing to receive the lessons, blessings, and manifestations today will present.
Mind unlocked, heart unblocked. I am open and willing to receive the lessons, blessings, and manifestations today will present. Mind unlocked.
Heart unlocked. I am not bigger than love. Love is not bigger than me. In love I live, and love lives in me. I am love.
I am not bigger than love. Love is not bigger than me. In love I live, and love lives in me. I am love.
I've got an unbreakable joy today. I am overcoming all obstacles with love because I choose to.
I've got an unbreakable joy today. I'm overcoming all obstacles with love because I choose to. There is a massive amount of love moving through me, and I am learning to fully surrender to the frequency of love. I cannot stop it, nor am I supposed to. The goal is to become one with love, and for love to make me one with the Creator.
There is a massive amount of love moving through me, and I am learning to fully surrender to the frequency of love. I cannot stop it, nor am I supposed to. The goal is to become one with love, and for love to make me one with the Creator. I am one with Mother Earth, and in this land, love is the greatest passport.
I am one with Mother Earth, and in this land, love is the greatest passport.
I am where I need to be, and I am who I need to be in this very moment. The answers I am looking for are already within.
answers I am looking for are already within.
Love as a philosophy is much easier than love as a practice. But when we choose to practice love, it will challenge our philosophy and change the way we respond to what challenges us. Today, I choose to practice love.
Love as a philosophy is much easier than love as a practice. But when we choose to practice love, it will challenge our philosophy and change the way we respond to what challenges us. Today, I choose to practice love.
Even a hard day is a good day because it will bring me closer to balance and understanding. Here, I am postured to master my peace.
Even a hard day is a good day because it will bring me closer to balance and understanding. Here, I am postured to master my peace.
How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic of striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. George Washington Carver.
How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic of the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. George Washington Carver.